Hear me at all. Nothing's like before. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I hope that all of you got your ballots and that we're all voting and that we're doing the research to make sure to use our voices and everything. But that's not what this video is about. Guessing that you came here to be entertained, which is what I will do. I haven't had as many bad interactions on Grindr as opposed to just like gay dating apps in general. This whole shitstorm happened on Coffee Meets Bagel. For those of you who don't know, Coffee Meets Bagel is this app that matches you with like a few people every day. It just feels like a lot more curated towards you, and it feels more personable, and it feels like a little bit more manageable because like you're not scrolling through a sea of faces, which is actually pretty cool and also kind of ironic. The first time I used it, it wasn't that great. They only gave you one person a day and it just felt kind of slow and pointless, but now they give you like 3 or 4 people a day, which is cool. I've been off Coffee Meets Bagel for a while because the last time I used it wasn't great. But actually, when I was visiting the Bay Area, one of my friends told me that they actually got into a relationship from Coffee Meets Bagel, and I actually met this significant other, and the significant other is very, very nice. I was very impressed with just how cool and awesome he was and how great a fit he was for my friend. I was like, okay, what have I got to lose? The service is free. So I reactivated my account. Super old. I re-updated everything. I've been having really great conversations with people of all colors, especially hot Asian men. And one of the first people that I was like, oh, okay, like, I'm surprised that we both liked each other, because usually guys that I see like you think that they're too hot for me. We were talking a little bit and he was just asking about my channel, actually, because I actually mentioned that I have a YouTube channel on my Coffee Meets Bagel profile. I shared this channel with him and he told me that he was really entertained by it. His friends were really entertained by it because he showed his friends. All of a sudden he tells me that, oh, but like I watched your video about your 2-day relationship and I actually don't believe in bisexual people. So when I first heard this, I legit thought that he was like trying to joke. I thought this was just a bad joke. I thought he was like, yeah, so I didn't know how to respond really because I really wasn't, like, I honestly couldn't believe that he said that. As soon as I started talking to him, I knew that this was gonna be a video, so I screenshotted everything before he could block me. Yes, I agree, but I think there's no such thing as bisexual in man. Either gay or straight, there's no in between. Those in between are confused or closeted. Never be with clothes. Will end up badly too, haha. I just met this dude, so I didn't care, and so I just messaged him back being like, wow, that's really fucked up of you to say. Okay, you need some bisexual friends then. And then he was like, no, wait. And I said, that's a pretty insensitive thing to say. And he said, I used to know a friend. He married to a girl. And then I said, so? And still love to go find man for sex. Okay. And I say, okay, and? What about him makes you think bisexuality is not real? And he said, because I've seen some similar cases. It's just me. I don't believe in sexuality. That's just it. Just my opinion. So at this point, I was really mad because I hate it when people say really problematic, hurtful shit, but then they just like qualify it by saying like, oh, but it's just my opinion. If your opinion is hurtful, then you can't, like, just because it's your opinion does not mean that it is valid at all. I don't know how to say it. Like, all opinions are valid, but like, I don't understand how saying that it's my opinion it rectifies anything. Most of the time, I think people should form opinions after being educated on a subject of something. It feels to me how like a lot of white people talk about people of color protesting stuff, you know, like who haven't done any research at all on how like, oh, you know, like I just think that it's kind of like not nice for people of color to protest white people when they have no experience in it at all and they didn't do any research learning about why people of color protest in a certain way. Like, sure, it's your opinion, but it's a very uneducated one that you need to acknowledge. And just because it's your opinion doesn't mean that your opinion isn't fucked up. So I said in response, if someone said, I think gay people need to stop being gay and that is just a choice, would you call that just an opinion or would you call it wrong? I'm not blaming you for not believing in bisexuality because we all come from different backgrounds, but you have to understand that just because you don't know a lot of bisexual people does not mean they don't exist. And then he said, Chris, you have your point and I respect that. Everyone have their choices of living their life. Okay, so bisexual is a choice now, just like being gay, right? Like I said, I think those people are confused, exclamation point. That's perfectly fine too. What I dislike most is a lot of them have no idea what they want. Don't even know if they want to be with a gay or a woman. Like, be with one to hide from society and go F another for pleasure. I'm not the only one that thinks that this is fucked up, right? Like, he's saying it at this day and age, like, it's 2016, and he has the nerve to say backwards shit like this. This dude probably is not very like up to snuff with gay history Because what he doesn't realize is that he's doing the exact same fucking thing that straight people have done to gay people for many, many decades of being like, oh, well, you know, like, it's just a choice. Like, I don't understand, like, why you want to be with men. Like, do you want to be a woman? This guy honestly thinks that bisexual people don't exist and they're just closeted. This guy doesn't realize that he's just saying a bunch of stereotypes that everybody has talked about in terms of bisexual people. A lot of, like, in the past, I have even discounted bisexual people as just gay people in the closet. I know for a fact that that's not true now, and that's really fucked up for me to think. I don't know if it's, like, his fault because, I don't know, maybe he is surrounded by a bunch of bisexual people that are confused about themselves, but being bisexual is not synonymous with being confused with yourself. That's the whole problem. I was so shocked that he was making such a grand statement, like one group of people, as if like he thinks that he's an authority because of his limited experience, that he understands like all bisexual people and that there are certain personality traits that come with being bisexual. Just like with being gay, there is no personality trait that comes with being gay. All gay men are not fairies. All gay men are not Z-snappy. There are still so many people, even within the gay and lesbian community, that believe that bisexual is fake, that people do it for attention, that people are just confused. And it's so awful because, again, they're doing the exact same thing that straight people have done to gay and lesbian people. Like this weird mindset of just because you haven't been exposed to that many, you know, diverse people of the bisexual group, that you think that you have them pegged and you think that your experience applies to everybody, that all of them are confused just because you know a few of them. That's what he mentioned. He said that like he knows a few bisexual people and that like all of them are married to women, but they like fuck men on the side. Like this conversation made me really fucking pissed, and I'm not even bisexual. So if it feels like I'm speaking for the community, I'm really sorry. That's not the way that I'm trying to come off, but if I am, if I'm coming off that way, I'm really sorry. That's not my intention. But I do think that I should be able to feel enough sympathy for bisexual people in order to be angry for them. I apologize if it seems like I'm speaking for the bisexual community, but I think that it's very important for people that identify as gay and lesbian to be good allies towards bisexual people and for trans people, because there's still so much of a divide between all of the initials in the LGBT community. And it's so important for us to be supporting each other a lot more than we are now. So sir, if you're still watching my videos, congratulations, you're part of one of my videos now for all the wrong reasons. I hope that you learn to educate yourself. I hope you Google this a little bit. I hope you expose yourself to some more bisexual people on YouTube maybe. Even though you say that it's just your opinion is very wrong and it's very hurtful. And I hope that you eventually understand that. Again, I understand your situation because you are not bisexual and maybe you didn't have a lot of exposure to bisexual people. I didn't think bisexuality was real either for a while, but I grew up and I did research and I decided to not try to invalidate people's experiences just because they don't directly relate to me. If the way that I'm talking about and defending bisexual people feels problematic to you, please check me and tell me that I'm wrong. Please tell me so I can be better about this stuff in future videos. I want to get Kenny for this video, but he's pretty unresponsive when it comes to messaging. And I wanted to make this video as soon as possible. So sorry about that, Kenny. So thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out this channel. And I will see you next week. Bye.